Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while. Hope all is well. Here I have my game review for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. As I'm making this video, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds has been out for about a month now, and I've got about, I want to say at least 45 hours.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Okay, never mind. Make that 110 hours. 110 hours? What am I doing with my life? Anyways, I guess those hours can tell you that I've had so much fun with this game. And that's saying a lot because I've never been around to care so much for the other Sonic Racing games. I haven't played much of the Sonic Riders games, even though I should, because people keep saying that the first Riders is the best Sonic Racing game, even though I am absolute dog shit at the game because the in-game tutorial is non-existent. I've only played a little bit of Sega All-Star Racing and All-Star Racing Transformed, and I haven't even bothered touching Team Sonic Racing. So when they announced Sonic Racing CrossWorlds back in December at the Game Awards, I was not really that hyped for it. But when they dropped the first in-game trailer back in February, I thought the gameplay looked really nice, but I was still not convinced yet. Then they dropped the beta test a few weeks later, and yeah, still nothing yet. As a matter of fact, after I played the beta, I actually became less excited for the game and completely lost interest afterwards. But then back in June during Summer Games Fest, they dropped another trailer showing more in-game footage, and they even announced some brand new crossover characters that include Hatsune Miku, Joker from Persona, Ichiban from Yakuza, and out of nowhere they even dropped Minecraft DLC too. And they dropped the official release date, which was the 25th of September. After watching the trailer, the game was looking like to be one of the best modern racing games. They dropped a few more DLC trailers for Sonic CrossWorlds, which includes franchises from SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pac-Man, Avatar, Mega Man, which all looks pretty fire. But I still don't feel convinced enough to buy the game yet. But then on the weekend of August 29th, they released the second open network test, and that is when everything changed. I somehow started seeing colors again. Not the game Sonic colors, but the actual fucking colors. As soon as I started playing, I somehow couldn't even put the controller down. I was actually having fun with the game for once. And after the open network test ended, for the first time ever, I was actually counting down the days off my calendar for the game's final release. Going from unimpressed for a racing game to being so fucking excited in the span of almost a year is definitely saying a lot, and it was definitely worth the wait. I feel like there's a lot to talk about in this game, so I'm not too sure where to start. You know what, I'll just start with the character roster. We got all the main characters, along with the return of the Babylon Rogues from the Riders games, Sage from Frontiers, and the Deadly 6, or Deadly 2. We could have gotten Mephiles as a playable character, or even Tikal, or better yet, add Infinite from Forces. But instead we got Zaz and Zavok, seriously, and we even got the Prime characters in the game too. Who the hell invited these guys? Well, at least we got the Werehog here too. It kinda took me by surprise when they announced that the Werehog's gonna be a playable character, and he hasn't appeared in any other game besides Sonic Unleashed. I also really love that when you hover over Werehog in the character select screen, the Sonic Unleashed theme plays. It's good to see Werehog again, but why does he not have any voice lines? Same goes for most of the DLC characters. I understand that Sega couldn't afford to get additional voice lines for these characters, but it's still really disappointing. You know what? Here, I'll fix this. I'm gonna give Werehog his voice back. There. Much better. And what's really awesome about the characters is that in the Grand Prix mode, there's this rival system where each cup you're assigned a different character as your rival, and depending on what character you play as, you get some really interesting character dialogues between the two. Like this one.
You look tense, buddy. Wanna go fishing after this?
No.
And this one.
Another miserable upstart hedgehog, huh? No matter, I'll crush your spirit like all the others.
In 200 years, you'll barely be a bad memory. It's because I stop you here, today!
And this one.
The legendary Blowhard himself. Here to record how badly you'll lose to Sonic.
What are you, his cheer squad? I'm the legendary Wind Rider, Toots, and I'll prove it on the track.
The only trash around here is your driving skills. Save yourself the embarrassment. This is the big leagues, runt. Run on home to your mommy and leave the racing to the pros. Are you kidding me? Don't you know who I am? Whoa. Pick up the pace or get out of the way. I'm lazy. You are. You're not even in my league. Quit now while you're behind.
Every character has some really unique lines. Well, actually not every character. I'm not counting you, Amy, I'm sorry. My favorite rival lines probably have to come from Jet the Hawk. That bird was not holding back with insulting every one of his rivals. Things like including the rival system as well really gives Grand Prix a little more personality. You can also adjust the difficulty for the rivals, and I really like how if you adjust the difficulty for the rivals, it doesn't interfere with the speed class you choose. It'll only change the amount of Dampa tickets you earn for each race. And speaking of Dampa tickets, that's the currency you earn for each race you play, whether that's in Grand Prix, playing online, or even if you're just playing in time trials. You're a lot more incentivized to play any of these modes because you'll get rewarded each time. Even in time trials. I don't really care too much for time trials in general, but the time trial mode in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is really fucking good. This game incentivizes you to get an A rank or higher in each course, and let me tell you, it's not easy to pull off. This ain't no Sonic Generations where they just hand out S ranks as participation trophies. Nope. They want you to lock the fuck in when doing this. And if you get A rank, you get rewarded with different sets of songs from different Sonic games to use in the jukebox mode. As much as I love the OST in Sonic CrossWorlds, the fact that I have the option to have Sonic Adventure OST playing in lap 1, Hatsune Miku songs for lap 2, and to finish it off with Sonic Frontiers OST for the final lap, it's really awesome. And you can also use the tickets to buy vehicle parts, decals, horns, and there's this friendship character system thing where you redeem your tickets on a certain character, and the more tickets you redeem, the more rewards you get for that certain character. Oh, and good luck trying to get every single one of these rewards, because these rewards are not cheap at all. This game also has this other campaign called Race Park, where there's different team-based modes, and each mode your team has a different objective to complete in order to win points, such as grabbing the most rings, or colliding into your allies, shit like that. And in Race Park mode, you also got this rival system as well, and you also have the option to turn it on or off. But the difference between the rival system and the one in Grand Prix is that the Race Park rivals are these weird AI racer clones of the Sonic characters, and they're in different teams too. So you got your Team Sonic, Team Rose, Team Dark, Team Eggman, Silver, Deadly Six, Babylon Rogue, and every 3 wins you get against the rivals, you earn some vehicle parts, and once you've completed each team, you basically just repeat it, only this time you'll win Dampa tickets, and the amount of tickets you earn will increase as you progress. Oh, and did I mention the selection of tracks that they got in this game? Because the tracks in this game are really fucking good, with some brand new original tracks like E-Stadium, Wonder Museum, Colorful Mall, Aqua Forest, and they even have tracks based off of previous Sonic titles that include Apodos and Market Street from Unleash, aka best Sonic game ever, Metal Harbor and Radical Highway from the Adventure games, Kronos Island from Frontiers, White Space from Shadow Generations, and what gives each race a different experience every time is that every second lap, whoever's the front runner gets to choose which path everyone has to take, whether that's option 1, the assigned crossworld, or option 2, which would be a completely random crossworld, or it might just take you to a completely random track once you complete all the Grand Prix Cups. Now you're probably wondering what makes a crossworld different from your traditional full racetrack, is that the crossworld is basically only a half course that only takes place on lap 2 of every race, and the structures are a bit more on the linear side, and it gives that really unique experience for every time you race. And the game controls are really good too. I must admit, mastering the controls for the very first time was definitely a learning curve, but after learning some hidden techniques and trying out the different gadgets, the gameplay is a shit ton of fun. And what I really love about the controls is that whenever you do a drift, it basically lets you keep your momentum whenever there's another curve nearby. I hope that makes sense to all you viewers. And I really love the vehicle customization too, with a wide variety of vehicle parts to choose from, with different color palettes and the insane amount of decals to choose from. And as you can see on your screen right here, I'm out here rocking my custom-made 2025 Jax Retro Extreme Gear. Oh, and not to mention, the Extreme Gear feels so good to control. As much as I like using the carts for the races, the Extreme Gear just feels so much better. If only all the characters had their attire from the Riders games as their old costumes, that would have been sick. Hopefully Sega considers it for the next DLC update. With the Extreme Gear now included in the package, this is basically the closest we'll get to a Sonic Riders 4. I feel like I wouldn't love this game as much if they didn't include the gadget system, which is an absolute game changer. Once you boot up the game for the first time, you start off with 2 slots for the gadgets, then you'll end up with 6 open slots once you progress. And these gadgets matter a lot depending on which one you use, whether that's using the air trick bounty that gives you rings for every air trick, the 200 ring gadget which increases your ring limit, or if you're one of those rage baiters that absolutely loves trolling other players online, then the monster truck starter gadget is your best friend. Not sure why that stupid gadget exists. If you were to ask me what my go-to gadget build is, it's gotta be the air trick expert gadget to do air tricks faster, the bumper guard gadget so I don't lose rings whenever I'm ramming into walls, and the drift charge kick to charge up my drift much faster. Ever since I used this build in particular, it's been hard for me to revert back to the default no gadget build. And then we got the friendship detonator itself, the online mode, or world match, where you're thrown in an online lobby with 11 other players, and you start off with an E rank badge next to your username. And the more online races you play, the higher your rank gets until you reach the legend rank. And your placement for each online race matters a lot, so if you end up getting around 5th place or higher, you'll progress. However, if you get any lower than that, your rank gauge will slightly decrease. And getting legend rank is not easy at all. You literally have to lock in to win online races. And since the game came out, Sega has been hosting these online festivals for every time a new crossover character has been released. They had one for Miku, Minecraft, Persona. They've been hosting these festivals about every other weekend, and how it works is that you're thrown in the lobby as usual, but everyone's split up into teams of 3, and each race has a different objective to earn points. And you earn these prizes based on which DLC is present. And you also earn Dampatica's suit. And honestly, I'm extremely mixed on the DLC festivals. While I do think that the festivals are a great way to earn Dampa tickets, and the prizes for the most part are pretty cool, but the standard online ranked mode is locked away during these festivals, and I think that's pretty stupid that you can't rank up during the festivals. And I really don't like how all the festivals are team incentivized. That's one of the few things I really don't like about this game. Not being able to rank up during festivals, and connections during online can also be unstable, especially when you're in the middle of the race and all of a sudden you're just kicked out of the lobby. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it can be extremely annoying. Not to mention the items can also be extremely overbearing, and the online mode has this penalty system where if for whatever reason you leave in the middle of the race, you'll lose your penalty points, and when you lose them all, you'll get suspended from playing online for who knows how long. There are times that I want to rage quit so badly, but I can't because this game actually punishes you for doing so. I honestly think that's kind of ridiculous. But I want to end this video on a high note and say that Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is a fantastic game with great tracks, great OST, great character roster, which is kind of crazy to say out loud because when they first announced the game last year, I didn't really care less. But now in the present, I have almost 160 hours into this game, and with the lineup of DLC characters and courses coming out the next year, I can see this game living for a very long time. If only Nintendo took note for Mario Kart World. Anyways, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, amazing game, you should play it. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed my review on Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button, and if you want more videos like these, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you'll get notified whenever I'm uploading. I would appreciate that a ton, and that's all I got for today. Till next time, bye bye.